We're gonna kick things off with you, Kathryn. I hope everybody's doing well. So, you've been in a lot of media with some degree of fantastical elements. Obviously, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. You got Freaky. You're coming out Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. What drives your interest in projects like these, and how does your role in the map of Tiny Perfect Things compare to those that we just mentioned?
Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to us
No,
today
thank you for
too.
having me.
I feel like for me personally, I'm just trying to be inspired all the time. And the team behind Maps, from Film Nation to Weed Road, we had some amazing producers, Ashley Fox, Aaron Ryder, Akiva Goldsman, uh, behind the project. So you had these brilliant people who only make good films. And my first meeting after I think I got the job was with Ashley, and I asked her, like, what does this project mean? Like, what do you guys, is this going to be good? Like, is it going to be a good movie? Because I really want to make something great. And she's like, we only make great
Yeah.
things. And I said, okay, well, then I want to be a part of this. And everybody, it's a small movie. It was just me and Kyle every day. And to have that kind of like inspiration from people around you, I feel like I left better. And our director Ian was really special, and he treated us like carefully. He'd like whisper to us,
Yeah.
and it was a different kind of experience where he asked me, "What do I think?" And that happens, but in a different way, because he really took it in and he was interested in what I had to say. And all of us created a big collaboration, and the three of us really made this movie special.
Yeah, it is a small film, but it's cute. It's adorable. There's some relatable aspects to the film. You guys were both great on screen. You had a good on-screen chemistry. So with you, Kyle, you're the first character we introduced to in the movie. We follow you for a good portion of the movie as well. For you, what specifically drew you to this project?
Um, Catherine Newton.
I
No,
think that one was a given, right?
I mean, that's honestly, it's pretty easy. My answer could end there. I mean, really love the story. Really love the take on the classic structure of a repeating day. I thought that was really intelligent, and also the opening sequences and things like that. The sequences where our characters are moving through the film, moving through the world and interacting with it in a way that requires them to seem as though they're doing it for the 1,000th time, and
Yeah.
not the first time or the 5th time. And I knew that all of those things would have to be created, and so I was geeking out over the opportunity to kind of help design those processes and participate in those
Nice.
sequences.
Awesome. So, the map of Tiny Perfect Things follows, the rising trend of time loops. Obviously, it's something we also saw in Doctor Strange a few years ago, and how he got out of that situation. The movie follows some tropes that we've seen in Groundhog Day, but this film seems a little more down to earth compared to the other, time loop films and time heist films that we've seen in the past. Why do you guys think that is? Either one can answer, but what do you think that is about this film that makes it more down to earth compared to the others?
I think it's like for me, I feel like it's like when I watched it, I felt like I was living how I felt in high school. Like, I think it's just an allegory for like a teenage wasteland. I know I felt like, when am I going to graduate? When am I going to fall in love? When am I going to get this job or go to college? All these precipices that you're trying to reach as you're growing up, and you feel like they're never going to happen. Or you accomplish something and you feel like nothing's going to top that. So I think this movie deals with those ideas you have growing up. And we've all been through that. We've all kind of felt like that as a teenager. You know what I mean? Where you're
Yeah,
bored,
yeah.
never ending boredom. So I
Yeah.
think the time loop just kind of gives it a literal thing. We can call it a time loop, but really, I think people feel like that all the time.
Mm. Yeah, I think it has a lot. I think it's what she said.
What she said.
Yeah, my whole day. That's my whole day right there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right about that.
Well, I do have a question for you, cause you kind of stumped right now since Catherine kind of answered it anyway. But if
Fair.
you specifically had to pick any day of your life to relive over and over again, be caught in that same time loop,
Oof.
which day would you pick and why?
Oh man,
That's a tough question, I know.
that's fantastic. Probably the Probably there was a day that we shot both of those, a huge bike sequence. And on the same day that we shot the big bike sequence through town, we also shot near the end of the film, we do this, we call it the Astaire walk, after Fred Astaire, because it's supposed to feel like a dance as we're going through town. We've just done it so many times, we're just bored with it, but we do all of those things. And so we shot all of those in one day. I would love to keep living that day over and over again, because the teamwork, just the sportsmanship of everyone was just like, it had me glowing. I was just so enamored and so proud of like the talent that allowed me to do what I did in that sequence. That I was just watching like the entire camera crew just capturing everything, the producers that like made it all happen, the props department that designed everything meticulously, like all the individual actors, the stunt crew. I was just completely enamored by them and so grateful. And that was an amazing feeling. I would love to keep repeating that.
Nice. So for you, Kathryn, what would be one person, or who would be one person you would like to be stuck with in the temporal anomaly? Could be either fictional, could be a real life person. Doesn't
I
matter.
feel like
Choice
the
is
only
yours.
person to be stuck in a time loop with is Kyle. He's who you want to be with if there's whoa. I'm gonna stop.
An apocalypse. So I'll help you out.
Thanks. Long day. No, I definitely would only want to be stuck in a time loop with Kyle. I think he's got it figured out, and he could come up with some crazy stuff to do. So there's no one else.
Yeah, Kyle, you seem like a fun dude, man. I watched that opening sequence. I was like, this guy has it. I want to hang out with this guy at least once a week. I want to hang out with this guy.
But
you're welcome in my
Ozzy,
time.
You can imagine when I was reading the script and they were talking about boys, and then Kyle was brought up, he was the only one who would have been capable of doing those sequences. This project required more than just an actor. It required someone who could move in a rhythm. And I needed someone like him to carry Margaret. We needed to create that perfect harmony. And he was the answer. There was nobody else.
Agreed. So Kyle, this is another question for you. Obviously, without getting into heavy spoilers on the film, since it's not released yet, it drops tomorrow. But your character, Mark, he does go through quite the journey of self-discovery, and then he has that big revelation at the end. Given those circumstances of the journey throughout the entire film, how they play such a dynamic character make you reflect on your own personal life.
Yeah, I think it just hit something home for me that's always really important to me, which is that you are the people around you. Everything good to ever have happened to me, every lesson I've learned, every opportunity I've been given is through the complete selfless act of someone else. That's from my dance career, my acting career, my acrobatics career when I was like 6. It was all just through the goodness of someone's heart with no expectation of return. It's created my life. Nice. And I, Mark realizes that. He realizes it's about the people around you. It's about the people around you. And I think that's an amazing thing to reinforce in my own life.
Nice. So for you, the same question in a different manner for you, Kathryn. Your character Margaret is also on a deep yet thoroughly emotional journey of learning how to let go and grieve things, in her life and let things happen when they need to happen. So you're obviously, given the circumstances in the film and you having to portray that, how did you as well find ways to kind of reflect on your own life and apply it to yourself?
Well, we can all relate to that of it's easier to stay stuck than grow. But if you stop growing, you die. Mm-hmm. Whether you actually die or anything, like you have to keep learning and growing. Margaret's going through something really hard. It's a grief, but Mark is having great moments all the time, every day. Mm-hmm. So they're both the same. why would you want to keep going, whether it's good or bad? Just stay in those moments, but you have to keep growing. You have to keep creating so that you can create your future and make it better. And I hope that people take away from this movie that you create your future right now. And I think it's really important for young people, especially to see this movie, because I know personally, I feel right now in quarantine and I feel like I'm in a time loop and the future's never going to come. And I'm 23 right now. My birthday, I had a birthday on set. So it's been an entire year. And I feel like this year, I don't even know where 23 went. So I know that I have the power to create my future, just like how I'm talking to you right now. You know, who I want to be with you right now is who I'm going to be in 20 years, I hope. So hopefully.
Yeah, same here, hopefully. But you kind of answered one of my upcoming questions, you know, just by happenstance. But you know, another question for you guys, either you can answer. What are some of the lessons that you want the viewers to leave out of learning from watching this film, and some of the things that you guys learned mostly about yourselves while, you know, filming this film?
I think I'd love people to take away, you know, some of the same things that I've taken away from the story, which is that, you know, something that Kathryn mentioned, which is growing, the need to grow, and how and also how it's about the people around you. It's, you know, it's not all about you. It's about the beautiful things that make up, you know, your life. It's about the people around you that make up your life.
Good.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. So I have some rapid fire questions just here, a few questions left. So which you both can answer them. You can answer simultaneously or take turns. Doesn't really matter to me, but as long as you guys answer it. Which scene was your respective favorite scene to film? I know you mentioned the bike sequence from the beginning of the film. I know that was your one of the highlights for you. That's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
We'll stay with that one. How about you, Kathryn?
I think it was the space scene when Mark takes Margaret to space. It was so much fun. And Kyle did this really funny thing. Ian, our director, told Kyle to make me laugh. So when I turned around and saw him, he had an entire Rice Krispie treat in his mouth. Like the whole thing was in his mouth. And it changed everything. The whole energy of the scene changed. And I love when things like that happen. You have to just be in the moment and magic happens.
So last question for me, at least. Favorite TV show or film you guys are currently watching?
Ooh.
Money Heist.
Heist. Ooh.
I love Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, where's that on?
In and of itself.
Okay.
On Hulu, in and of itself.
I love Ted Lasso. It's on Apple TV. It's Jason Sudeikis.
Nice.
There's also this really good documentary called Some Kind of Heaven. It's about this village in Florida, like a retirement home in Florida. So good. And it was just beautifully directed.
Nice. I'll have to check that one out then. I'll add it to my recommendation list. I'll put an asterisk next to it because it came from you. Make sure definitely watch it because Kathryn Newton said to watch it because it's really good.
Ozzy knows.
I do know. I was looking forward to this interview. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous, but I was like, I know it's gonna be fun. Let's make it fun. You guys have made it exceptionally fun. I want to say thank you and appreciate you guys so much
thanks, man,
for talking to me and taking the time out today.
Thank you, Ozzy. I hope we talk again soon on the next
Yes, I would love to talk to you soon about the next one. Literally the next one. I'm not going to mention it, but the next one. I hope we can talk about that. Yeah, I hope we can talk about that.
I know, me too. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yes, I can't wait to talk about it. But you guys have a good day. I will recommend, obviously, the movie to everyone who's listening. The movie is adorable, is relatable, is well directed. I love it. You guys have great on-screen chemistry, and I will definitely give it another watch, in my opinion, when it drops. So you guys have a great day. Stay safe during these COVID times, and we will talk again real soon.